Hey, I was having some fun playing around with my modular, and I thought that the patch that I came up with here would be a good one to use to show some of the sharing features in Omnisphere 2. And in version 2.1, we actually made that whole sharing process a lot more simple. So I'm going to take this patch, chop up some of the audio, load it in using user audio, run it through a little bit of granular synthesis, and then share the patch. Let's see how that works. I've already recorded and trimmed a loop of that modular patch that I was playing. So I'm going to go ahead and load it in by selecting under the utility menu, user audio, and then select the file, which is right here on my desktop. Load that in. Okay, and now that that's loaded in, I can play a couple of notes on the keyboard here. And there's our sound. So let's go and make a patch. I'm going to go into the granular section and turn it on and adjust a few of the parameters here so we can come up with something that's a little more interesting than the original audio that we loaded in. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty warped patch. I think that's the one I'm going to keep. So let's go ahead and save this patch. So we'll go up to Utility, and we'll select Save Patch, and we'll put it into this category here. And we can just bypass all of this. Normally this would be where you set attributes and things like that, but for just the speed, we'll just click Save and go ahead and save our patch. And now when we go into the larger browser here, and there's our patch right there. Now to select this patch to be able to share it, we just have to hold down the Shift key and select the sound there. And we click on the Share button. And now we can share this file with anyone who's using Omnisphere 2, and not only will they get the sound that was recorded and loaded in, but also the patch that we created. Now let's try that out with another sound source, like my TB303. Okay, I'm going to load that audio in just like we did before, using Utility and User Audio, and find that 303 loop. There it is. Now this time let's do something a little bit different. I'm going to take that sound and we're going to apply some effects on the sound. So I think I'll use something from the Stomp Box modeler and the Inner Space effects. We'll get a nice good gritty distorted 303 sort of in space going on here. Okay, and like before, we will go ahead and save this patch. And I'll call it Acid in Space. But this time, instead of just sharing this one sound, I'm going to include some additional patches I created earlier, using audio from a few fun items from my personal collection of synths. Now to select more than one patch that I want to share, what I will do is hold down the Shift button like before and select each patch that I wanted to share in the mini browser. And I can then sort the list of patches to see which ones I've already selected by clicking on the sort icon and selecting Marked. Then I'll go over here into the big browser and click on the Share button and name this collection of patches. The owner's manual has additional information about some other sharing features and functions which would be useful for any third-party companies and developers who want to create their own library of Omnisphere patches. So if you're interested in doing that, definitely check out the manual for that information. To use this file, all you need to do is go to the Utility menu and select install.omnisphere, go and find the file and load it, and you will get not only the patches, but the audio that was saved as well. And once you load it in, it'll show up in this sharing directory right here. I've uploaded these sounds for you to check out and download from my Dropbox, and you can get them by following this link. Feel free to take those files that I've uploaded and use them in your own productions, modify them, create your own patches, and share them if you want to. And if you do, make sure that you either put a link in the comments below on this video or use this Twitter hashtag, and that way we can see what you've done with these patches as well. And I'll see you soon with some more creative tips. Bye.